Hi everyone, it's Michelle. Welcome back. So I know it's been a while since I filmed a video. Lots of reasons for that. Life gets hectic. Everybody experiences different times in their life when it's really hectic. I've had that going on. I have some construction going on in my home, which has, continues to go on. They are working today, so you might hear some banging, and there's nothing I can do about that. But I wanted to at least get on today because I had a little time to film a video. And the other reason that I had a little bit of a delay is we lost our sweet Maggie. So sometimes you used to hear her panting and coughing in the background, and you would occasionally see her wandering through. And we lost her, so we are very sad about that. But you know, we still have a Molly, and maybe someday Molly will have a new friend to play with at my home when I'm done grieving the loss of my sweet, sweet Maggie. And I'll put some pictures of her at the end so that you guys can all remember her beautiful face as well. But today I thought I would do some of my favorites. I don't have a lot of them, but I have a few things that I've been using that I really like that I've never talked about before. Yeah, I don't think I've talked about any of these before, so I thought I would share them with you today. Let's jump right in and get started. The first one is a primer, and I have talked about the Sicily primer, and I do love this double tensor primer from Sicily, but I do know that not everybody is willing to or can buy something at this price point. And so I continue to try primers and that kind of thing, and I tried the Too Faced Hangover RX primer. I've seen a lot of people talking about this, but I've never tried this primer. I really do like it. Now, it's not the firming, you don't get that firming sensation that you get from the Sicily primer, but if you have dry skin or skin that maybe you've been sick and it just is not looking its best, this primer really plumps the skin. I think it calms the skin. There's no silicone in this either, so it will play nicely with most foundations. And for me, there's some coconut water in here, probiotic-based ingredients, and skin revivers. For me, it is enough for my pores. If you have really large pores, you might have to use something in the area where your pores are, a problem. But this looks beautiful under almost every foundation I've tried it under. And I really love the way it just sort of plumps the skin and makes my skin look really fresh. And the price point is really nice. I like that it still has a pump, even though it's in a tube, easy to travel with. Love it. Also from Too Faced, I bought the Just Peachy Mattes. Like there was a doubt I wasn't going to get this. If you like warm matte colors, this is beautiful. I find that they lay on the skin beautifully. I am wearing them today. They blend really nicely. I think like these light ones don't give me as much pigment as I'd like them to. They're very soft, and maybe because they're matte, they don't, some matte shades will still give you that nice color. These two, you have to build a little bit, but the rest of the palette, I really do love. And these colors are right in my comfort zone, and I love them. This is great for travel because it's a hard case with a great mirror. For those of you who are interested in the Vizart palette, that warm neutrals, but that price point is too high. This is a nice, while it's not exactly the same, it gives you really similar colors, and I think the shadows in here are really nice. Are they the best shadows I've ever worked with? No, but they're really nice and very, very usable. So I highly recommend this palette. I don't know if it's supposed to smell. Mine doesn't really have an odor to it, so which is fine by me, but I really do love this. Moving on, my lip combo. I have been loving this lip combo. You guys know I love the Charlotte Tilbury lip cheats, and I've been using Pink Venus, which is really more of a peachy coral color with all of my coral lipsticks. I love this. This is probably my favorite lip liner, is the Lip Cheats by Charlotte Tilbury. It comes in many colors, but I've been wearing Pink Venus a lot because I've been wearing a lot of corals. And what's on my lips today, which I love, is one of the Marc Jacobs, what are these called? The new nudes. So they're the Marc Jacobs ones in the tan packaging. And this is the color Eat Cake, which is just a beautiful coral color. Goes great with the lip liner. I love this. I just love it for every day. I like a warm sort of coral on my lips. This is really nice, and I like that it has a little bit of sheen to it as well. They're very comfortable to wear. I like the packaging, you know, it's a nice, it's got a magnet, it's nice. I like that it's tan, so when you throw it in your handbag, you can see it because it's a lighter color. I will say the formula of this is very soft. It does stay on nicely for me. You know, it's not a long wear, but because the formula is very soft, you want to be careful not to twist your lipstick up too high when you're applying it, because mine hasn't done it, but I think they might, because it's so soft. I can feel the tube moving a little bit, so just be careful if you have these, that you don't break them. So don't twist them up really high. You don't have to twist your lipstick up really high to apply it, but I love them. It comes in a lot of colors. Eat cake is my favorite, and why wouldn't it be? Don't we all want to eat cake? I also bought a couple brushes recently. You guys know I'm kind of a brush junkie. And so Smashbox came out with some new brushes, and I wanted to try them. I've seen a lot of people talking about them. I did buy mine. I have owned Smashbox brushes for a very long time. The original brushes I bought from Smashbox were amazing. And then there was a period of time where I didn't love them as much. But this new round I really love. And some of my favorites are this one, which is the all over shadow brush. So it's nice and soft. It lays shadow nicely on the lid, but it's an interesting shape. So it's tapered at the top, and it's cut, you know, it's cut at an angle, which makes it really nice. So the shape of this with the little bit of a pointed tip there is nice to get like right in here. So the other day I did my entire eye with this, because you can lay down shadow, but with the shape of it, you can definitely get in and do your, you know, transition shade. You can blend with it because it's so soft. If you're looking for a good brush, you know, big brush for putting on eyeshadow, I highly recommend this. It's really soft too, and I've washed it a few times and haven't had any shedding with it or anything like that, so loving it. The other brush I bought, which is very dirty because I love it, is the, what is this thing called? The Buildable Cheek Brush. So this has a very interesting shape, as you can see. It's angled like a little more on this side and a little shorter on this side, and it's very fluffy, very fluffy. You can see I've been using this every day. So while this is not as soft as my Suku cheek brush, this to me works very similarly. So you know, it's great for putting blush on the cheek, even like really pigmented blush, because, you know, it's fluffy, but you can also build blush with it and blend really nicely with it. But because of the shape, you can, you know, if you want to do like soft contours and work products around your hairline, it really is, the shape is very unique, but it just works. It's great for like a fine dusting of powder in the T-zone as well. This is a brush that could do many things for you. So if you've sort of always wanted to try that Suku cheek brush, but you don't want to, you know, pay for it because it is crazy expensive, this is, you know, I love that Suku brush. This doesn't look the same, but it works very similarly. It's not as soft, but it just works. Love it. What else? I have two more things I want to talk about. The first one is a hair tool. So I get asked a lot when I wear my hair curly like this, kind of how I do it. And one of the ways I do it is with one of my favorite tools, and it is this, which looks like a curling iron, but it's a little bit different. So this is by Hot Tools. I think probably other companies make them. I use a 1-inch barrel just to get smaller curls, but you could use I think it comes in 1 1/4 inch as well. What is unique about it is that it is longer, and this clamp, you know, only is at the base of it. So when you want to get, you know, kind of a stretched out curl like this, for me, you could use a wand, a curling wand without a clip. But for me, I'm always burning myself on those, and when I try to use the glove, it's very awkward. I know how to use a curling iron. I've been using one for a very long time. So when I found this, I like it because you can put the base of your hair in there, leave the ends out, and you can twist it and just kind of twist it up the barrel. So it works very much like a wand in that way, but the motion of doing it is much more like a traditional curling iron, so I'm able to do it. And I just do this all around my head, and then I just kind of shake it out, and I rake my fingers through it, and you know, if you want it to be less curly, rake your fingers through it sooner. You know, more curly, let it sit a little bit longer. But the secret to me is the fact that it's longer than most curling irons are. Even with my short hair, that's helpful because you can, you know, you can twist the curl. See how the curl is long? You can twist the curl starting at the base, and then the hair just wraps up this way instead of on top of itself. So you get the curl going all the way up the hair. So I love this, and it wasn't that expensive either. I'll put a link below. I got mine at Ulta. But I really love it. And like I said, this is the Hot Tools version, but I've seen other versions that are long. And I like the fact that the clip is only on the first part of it so that you can really, and then this, you know, if you need to hang on to it, this, you know, turns with it, which is nice. So you don't, I like to be able to touch the end sometimes because it's helpful and not burning myself. So loving this. And then lastly, I wanted to talk about a handbag. And I've seen a lot of people on YouTube talking about the, Teddy Blake handbags, and over the months, for the last, I don't know, maybe year, you know, they've been asking me if I wanted to have a handbag from them to talk about. And when I looked at the styles, they just weren't my style of handbag. Their bags are beautiful, but they're very, very structured. And for me, when I had a corporate job, I loved having a structured bag. But now that I carry less, you know, I like a looser bag, not so structured. And they recently contacted me again and said they got some new styles and did I want to take a look. So I took a look and they had tote bags, which I love. I mean, I love a tote bag. So I said yes, I would love to try one of the tote bags, and I did, and I wanted to show it to you guys because I love it. So I got the Palmolato, I believe it's called, the 16-inch Palmolato in black, which looks like this. Beautiful, beautiful. And it is very much, so it's just a plain black tote. It has feet, and it has these square gold studs all the way up the sides and all the way around on the handles, which is very sort of reminiscent of the Valentino rock stud, which I love, but I just can't commit to, sorry, I got a little noisy for a second. I just can't commit to the price point of a Valentino rock stud. A lot of people can. I just, for me, especially on a tote bag, my tote bags I tend to be a little bit rougher on, you know. I use them when I'm traveling, I use them when I'm going here or there to do makeup jobs and that kind of thing, and so they get thrown on the floor, they get shoved under an airplane seat, that kind of thing. And I want a bag that's very durable, but, you know, if I paid really, really big money for it, you know, I wouldn't want to throw it under a seat or on the floor or whatever. And this one, I think, is a great price point. Yes, they are, you know, they are not an inexpensive handbag, but they're not crazy expensive either. They are Italian, you know, they are 100% Italian leather. They're made in Italy. This one is beautiful. This is leather on the outside, and then it's lined. Let's see if you guys can see. It comes with a bag to store it in, of course. It is lined, this style is lined in suede, which is just beautiful. I took all my stuff out of it, tried to clean it up. It has a pocket on one side, a zipper on this edge. It's really nice. If you like big totes, it's a 16-inch tote, so it's big, but it's not huge because, you know, I'm 5'2". Me carrying a big bag looks a little bit crazy. This is about the size that I can carry and still not look silly, but I love them. And this one I feel like has really great style. So I don't like a bag that has the names all over it either. This just has one little, you know, Teddy Blake emblem on it. And, you know, both sides have the studs on them. Like I said, feet on the bottom. It's just beautiful. It has held up really well for me. I've been using it regularly when I'm, you know, not working. And it's just been, it's been great. I love it. And I love the smell of a beautiful leather bag as well. So thank you to Teddy Blake for sending this to me. I really love it. If you guys love tote, like if you've looked at their bags before and didn't like any of the styles, there are some new tote styles. There's an even bigger one. It's a different style. I'll put the name here if you like a big tote. But I felt like this one was big enough for me, and I have loved it. So I will put the link to their site as well. They did send this to me. I think I have a discount code as well. I think I have a code for $20 off or something like that. I don't get anything if you buy from them. Just, you know, a little something for you if you want a discount on any of the bags. And like I said, you know, if you're like me who love the style of the Valentino rock stud, but, you know, you just can't with that price point, this might be one you want to check out. I love it. Love it. So I think that's it for my favorites for this month. Hopefully you guys found this helpful. If you have any of these items and you're using them, let us know what you think. I do have plans to film another video shortly. I have bought a bunch of different, I've been on a kick to buy, for some reason, eyeshadow palettes. I've been drawn to many of them. And so I've bought a couple of new ones, and I thought I would share my initial thoughts on those as well. So that is coming up. That is it for today. I hope everybody has a fantastic day, and I will talk to you all again soon.